Imagine you're buying a delicious bar of chocolate from another country. You might think the price you see is the price you pay, but that's not always the case. It arrives at your border, but before you can enjoy it, the government adds an extra cost. That's a tariff. This additional fee can sometimes make imported goods significantly more expensive. Tariffs are like taxes on goods coming from other nations. They are imposed by governments to control the flow of goods and services across their borders. Governments use them for different reasons. Sometimes it's to protect their own industries from foreign competition. By making imported goods more expensive, local products become more attractive to consumers. Other times it's to generate revenue. The money collected from tariffs can be a significant source of income for a country. Tariffs play a significant role in international trade. They can influence trade balances, affect diplomatic relations, and even lead to trade wars. They can influence the price of goods, making them more or less expensive for consumers. This price change can affect consumer behavior and overall market demand. This can impact everything from the clothes we wear to the cars we drive. Even everyday items like electronics and household goods can be affected by tariffs. In a world increasingly reliant on global trade, understanding tariffs is crucial. They are a key component of international economic policy and can have far-reaching effects. They are powerful tools that shape the flow of goods and services across borders. By adjusting tariffs, governments can influence trade patterns and economic relationships. The history of tariffs is long and complex, often tied to political disputes and economic rivalries. Throughout history, tariffs have been used as tools of both protectionism and aggression. In recent times, the United States has imposed tariffs on goods from various countries, including its European allies. These measures have sparked debates and negotiations on both sides of the Atlantic. These actions have sent ripples through the global economy, prompting uncertainty and concern. Markets react to tariff announcements and businesses must adapt to changing trade conditions. For example, tariffs on steel and aluminum have impacted industries from automotive to construction. These sectors rely heavily on these materials, and increased costs can lead to higher prices for consumers. Agricultural products like soybeans and dairy have also been affected, influencing farmers' livelihoods. Tariffs can disrupt supply chains and affect the global food market. The tech industry isn't immune either, with tariffs on electronics affecting both manufacturers and consumers. Higher costs for components can lead to more expensive gadgets and devices. Understanding these specific taxes and their impacts helps us grasp the broader implications of trade policies. By examining tariffs, we can better understand the complexities of global economics and international relations. The impact of U.S. tariffs on Europe has been significant, affecting a wide range of industries and sectors across the continent. European businesses, particularly those exporting to the U.S., have felt the pinch. With many companies experiencing reduced revenues and increased operational costs, products like steel, aluminum, and agricultural goods have faced higher import taxes, making them less competitive in the U.S. market. This has made them more expensive for American consumers, leading to a decrease in sales and a shift in consumer preferences. The result? A decline in demand for European products, which has had a cascading effect on the supply chain and related industries. This has put pressure on European businesses, impacting their profitability and growth, and in some cases, leading to factory closures and job losses. Some companies have even had to lay off workers or scale back operations, further exacerbating the economic challenges faced by the region. The tariffs have created economic uncertainty and strained trade relations between the U.S. and Europe, leading to prolonged negotiations and policy adjustments. The effects are not limited to businesses alone. Consumers and workers across Europe have also felt the impact. European economies, especially those heavily reliant on exports to the U.S., have experienced a slowdown, with GDP growth rates declining in several countries. Lower demand for their goods has impacted overall economic growth, leading to a reduction in investment and consumer spending. The tariffs have created a ripple effect, impacting various sectors and industries, from manufacturing to agriculture, and even services. The situation highlights the interconnectedness of the global economy and the far-reaching consequences of trade disputes, emphasizing the need for collaborative solutions and stable trade policies. Faced with U.S. tariffs, Europe has several potential responses. These responses are crucial, as they will shape the future of transatlantic trade relations and impact the global economy. One option is retaliation, imposing their own tariffs on American goods. This could target key U.S. industries such as agriculture, automotive, and technology, aiming to create significant economic pressure. This tit-for-tat approach aims to inflict economic pain on the U.S. and pressure them to reconsider their policies. Economists warn, however, that this could lead to increased volatility in global markets and uncertainty for businesses. However, it also risks escalating tensions and triggering a trade war, which could harm both economies. The potential for a prolonged conflict could disrupt supply chains and increase costs for consumers and businesses alike. Another strategy is to seek new markets for their products. By diversifying their trade partners, Europe can reduce its dependency on the U.S. and tap into emerging markets with growing consumer bases. Europe could strengthen existing trade relationships or forge new ones with countries eager for their goods. This includes negotiating free trade agreements and enhancing economic cooperation with regions like Asia and Latin America. This diversification would reduce their reliance on the U.S. market and mitigate the impact of tariffs. It would also open up new opportunities for European businesses to expand and innovate. Europe could also appeal to international organizations like the World Trade Organization. The WTO provides a structured process for resolving trade disputes and ensuring that member countries adhere to agreed-upon rules. The WTO provides a platform for resolving trade disputes and ensuring fair practices. By leveraging this platform, Europe can seek to hold the U.S. accountable for any violations of international trade agreements. By filing a complaint, Europe could challenge the legality of U.S. tariffs and seek a negotiated settlement. This legal route could provide a more stable and predictable resolution compared to direct retaliation. Politically, Europe might also consider forming alliances with other major economies. These alliances could strengthen their bargaining power and present a united front in trade negotiations. Collaborating with countries like China, India, and Brazil could create a united front against U.S. trade policies. Such coalitions could advocate for a more balanced and fair global trade system. Economically, Europe could invest in innovation and technology to boost competitiveness. This includes funding research and development, supporting tech startups, and fostering an environment conducive to technological advancements. By enhancing their technological edge, European companies can better withstand external economic pressures. This would also position Europe as a leader in cutting-edge industries, attracting investment and talent. The path forward is complex, requiring careful consideration of potential consequences. Europe must weigh the benefits and risks of each response to navigate the challenges posed by U.S. tariffs effectively. The Silk Road, an ancient network of trade routes, was instrumental in shaping the economic and cultural landscapes of the regions it connected. It connected the East and West for centuries, facilitating the exchange of goods, culture, and ideas, and fostering a rich tapestry of shared knowledge and innovation. Today, as the U.S.-China trade war continues, the dynamics of global trade are shifting, prompting Europe to explore new economic partnerships. Europe finds itself increasingly drawn to the East, seeking to diversify its trade relationships and reduce dependency on traditional markets. China, with its massive population and rapidly growing economy, offers a vast market for European goods and services, presenting numerous business opportunities. This represents a tantalizing opportunity for European businesses, eager to tap into China's expanding consumer base and industrial capabilities. This has led to increased dialogue and cooperation between the two regions, with both sides seeking to strengthen economic and political ties. China has invested heavily in infrastructure projects across Europe, enhancing connectivity and facilitating smoother trade flows. The Belt and Road Initiative, a cornerstone of China's foreign policy, is a massive network of roads, railways, and ports, designed to enhance global trade by connecting China with Europe and beyond. This initiative aims to create a seamless transportation network, facilitating the movement of goods and services across continents. This has the potential to facilitate trade and investment, opening up new avenues for economic collaboration and growth, creating new opportunities for European businesses. The initiative could lead to increased market access and joint ventures. Sectors such as technology, automotive, and luxury goods could see significant growth, driven by rising demand and collaborative innovation. However, deepening ties with China come with their own set of challenges. including political, economic, and ethical considerations. Concerns about China's human rights record, intellectual property theft, and state-controlled economy persist, raising questions about the long-term implications of such partnerships. Europe must carefully weigh the economic benefits against these potential risks, ensuring that its values and interests are not compromised. The evolving relationship between Europe and China will have significant implications for the future of global trade, shaping the economic landscape for years to come. While China presents a significant opportunity, it is not without its challenges. The ongoing trade tensions and regulatory complexities make it imperative for Europe to look beyond China for sustainable trade partnerships. Europe is also exploring other avenues for trade diversification. By expanding its trade network, Europe aims to mitigate risks associated with over-reliance on a single market and enhance its economic stability. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, is a dynamic region with a rapidly growing middle class. This demographic shift is driving increased consumer demand, making ASEAN an attractive market for European goods and services. With its strategic location and commitment to free trade, ASEAN offers promising prospects for European businesses. The region's focus on digital transformation and infrastructure development further enhances its appeal. India, with its young population and burgeoning digital economy, is another potential market. The country's emphasis on innovation and technology-driven growth aligns well with Europe's strengths in these sectors. Europe is actively strengthening ties with India, focusing on areas such as technology transfer, joint ventures, and research collaborations to foster mutual growth and development. Seeking to boost trade and investment in sectors like technology, renewable energy, and pharmaceuticals, Europe is leveraging India's expertise and market potential to create new business opportunities. Africa, with its vast resources and emerging markets, is another region Europe is eyeing for trade expansion. The continent's rich natural resources and growing consumer base present significant opportunities for European companies. Europe is negotiating new trade agreements with several African nations, aiming to create a more favorable business environment and facilitate smoother trade flows. By fostering economic cooperation and opening new markets, Europe hopes to tap into Africa's growth potential and build long-term partnerships. Latin America, with its abundant natural resources and growing consumer market, also presents opportunities for European businesses. The region's economic reforms and trade liberalization efforts are creating a more conducive environment for foreign investment. Europe has signed trade agreements with several Latin American countries, focusing on sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and services to enhance bilateral trade. Aiming to promote economic cooperation and expand trade relations, these agreements are expected to drive growth and create new business opportunities for European companies. By diversifying its trade partners, Europe is not only reducing its reliance on any single market, but also enhancing its economic resilience. This strategy is crucial for maintaining stability in an increasingly volatile global trade environment. Diversifying its trade partners will allow Europe to reduce its reliance on any single market, enhancing its economic resilience and fostering greater global cooperation. By fostering greater global cooperation, Europe aims to build a more interconnected and resilient global economy, benefiting not just itself but its trade partners worldwide. Innovation Nation Europe's long-term strategy. Beyond immediate responses to U.S. tariffs, Europe is focusing on a long-term strategy with specific goals and milestones. This strategy is designed to ensure economic stability and growth, even in the face of global uncertainties. By investing in research and development, fostering entrepreneurship, and promoting a skilled workforce, Europe is laying the groundwork for future innovations. These investments are crucial for maintaining technological leadership and economic resilience. Europe aims to achieve several key milestones. These include enhancing productivity, increasing the global competitiveness of European industries, and ensuring sustainable economic growth. One major goal is to maintain its competitive edge in the global economy. This involves not only technological advancements, but also strategic trade partnerships and economic policies that support innovation. Europe is a leader in renewable energy, sustainable technologies, and advanced manufacturing. By continuing to invest in these areas, Europe aims to reduce its carbon footprint and lead the global transition to a green economy. By fostering innovation in these sectors, Europe aims to create new industries and generate jobs. This will not only boost the economy but also provide opportunities for the next generation of workers. Another milestone is reducing its reliance on traditional manufacturing. This shift is essential for adapting to the changing global market and ensuring long-term economic sustainability. The European Union is investing heavily in research and development, recognizing that innovation is key to future success. These investments are aimed at driving technological breakthroughs and maintaining Europe's competitive edge. Supporting universities and businesses in their pursuit of groundbreaking discoveries and technological advancements is a priority. This support includes funding, resources, and collaborative opportunities. Europe is also promoting digital skills and entrepreneurship, ensuring that its citizens are equipped to thrive in the digital economy. This includes initiatives to improve digital literacy and support for tech startups. Empowering its citizens to thrive in the digital economy is a cornerstone of Europe's strategy. By providing the necessary skills and resources, Europe aims to foster a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. By embracing innovation, Europe aims to secure its economic future and maintain its position as a global leader. This involves not only technological advancements but also social and economic policies that support sustainable growth. Specific goals include becoming a world leader in renewable energy, advancing digital transformation, and fostering sustainable growth. These goals are part of a broader vision for a resilient and prosperous Europe. Through these efforts, Europe is setting the stage for a resilient and innovative future. By focusing on long-term strategies, Europe aims to navigate global challenges and emerge stronger than ever. A world entangled. The global impact. The intricate web of global trade means that any disruption can have cascading effects across continents. The ongoing trade tensions between the US and Europe have far-reaching consequences for the global economy. These tensions can lead to increased costs for businesses and consumers alike, affecting everything from the price of goods to the availability of products. Interconnectedness means that economic shocks in one region can quickly spread to others. For instance, a slowdown in European manufacturing can lead to reduced demand for raw materials from other parts of the world, creating a ripple effect. The uncertainty created by tariffs can dampen global investment and economic growth. Investors may become wary, leading to reduced capital flows and stalling projects that are crucial for economic development. Developing countries, often reliant on exports to developed economies, are particularly vulnerable. These nations may face significant economic challenges as their primary markets become less accessible, impacting employment and income levels. A slowdown in global trade can hinder their economic progress and exacerbate existing inequalities. This can lead to increased poverty and social unrest, further destabilizing these regions. The current situation highlights the need for greater international cooperation and a rules-based trading system. By working together, countries can create a more stable and predictable environment that benefits all parties involved. Organizations like the World Trade Organization play a crucial role in mediating disputes and ensuring fair trade practices. Their efforts help to prevent trade wars and promote a level playing field for all nations. Strengthening these institutions is essential for maintaining a stable and predictable global trading environment. Robust international frameworks can help mitigate the impact of trade disputes and foster long-term economic growth. For instance, Asian markets have experienced volatility due to shifts in trade policies, while African trade hubs face challenges in maintaining growth. These regions must navigate complex trade dynamics to sustain their economic momentum. Latin American countries are also navigating the complexities of new trade agreements and tariffs, impacting their economic stability. These agreements can open new opportunities but also pose significant risks if not managed carefully. The broader implications for international trade underscore the importance of collaborative efforts to foster a resilient global economy. By prioritizing cooperation and dialogue, nations can build a more inclusive and prosperous future for all. Shifting sands. The future of global trade. The US tariffs on Europe are just one manifestation of a broader trend, the shifting sands of global trade. These tariffs have sparked debates on trade policies and their long-term impacts on international relations and economic stability. The rise of new economic powers, technological advancements, and the increasing importance of digital economies are transforming traditional manufacturing and production processes. Geopolitical shifts are reshaping the global economic order, with countries vying for influence in international trade organizations and forming new alliances to protect their economic interests. The World Trade Organization, once the cornerstone of the global trading system, is facing challenges to its authority and effectiveness, as member countries question its relevance in the modern economic landscape. Protests and criticisms have highlighted the need for reform within the WTO, as it struggles to address contemporary issues such as digital trade, intellectual property rights, and environmental concerns. Regional trade agreements are becoming increasingly prevalent, offering countries a way to bypass the gridlock in global trade negotiations and create more tailored economic partnerships. These agreements, while beneficial in some respects, potentially fragment the global trading system, creating a complex web of rules and standards that businesses must navigate. The future of global trade will depend on how these dynamics play out, with potential scenarios ranging from increased protectionism to a resurgence of multilateral cooperation. Will we see a retreat towards protectionism and economic nationalism, leading to trade wars and economic isolation, or will nations find a way to balance national interests with global cooperation? A renewed commitment to open markets and international cooperation could foster economic growth, innovation, and stability, benefiting countries worldwide. The choices made by governments and international organizations in the coming years will have profound implications for the global economy, influencing everything from trade policies to economic development strategies. Emerging technologies like blockchain and digital currencies could revolutionize trade by increasing transparency, reducing transaction costs, and enabling more secure and efficient cross-border transactions. Additionally, the shift towards sustainable practices and renewable energy will influence trade patterns and economic policies as countries invest in green technologies and seek to reduce their carbon footprints. Countries might adapt by investing in AI-driven supply chain management and automation to stay competitive, enhancing efficiency and reducing costs in the face of global competition. Ultimately, the adaptability and foresight of nations in navigating these trends and challenges will shape the future landscape of global trade, determining whether it becomes more fragmented or more integrated. Strategies for navigating the uncertain future. In this era of interconnectedness and shared challenges, cooperation is more critical than ever. The global economy is more intertwined than at any point in history, making collaboration essential to address shared issues like climate change, cybersecurity, and economic inequality. The US and Europe, as leading economic powers, must collaborate to address trade disputes and promote a stable and prosperous global economy. This partnership is vital for setting global standards, fostering innovation, and ensuring that economic growth benefits all segments of society. Dialogue, diplomacy, and a commitment to finding common ground are essential for resolving differences and building a more equitable and sustainable trading system. Effective communication and mutual respect can pave the way for long-term solutions that benefit both sides. Strengthening international institutions, promoting fair trade practices, and addressing the concerns of developing countries are key strategies. These efforts can help create a more balanced global economy where all nations have the opportunity to thrive. The challenges facing the global economy are complex and multifaceted. Issues such as supply chain disruptions, trade imbalances, and geopolitical tensions require comprehensive and coordinated responses. No single nation can address them alone. Collaborative efforts and shared responsibilities are necessary to tackle these global challenges effectively. By working together and leveraging the role of international organizations, we can navigate the uncertain future and build a more prosperous and interconnected world for all. This collective approach can lead to innovative solutions and a more resilient global economy. As we look ahead, it's crucial to analyze the long-term ripple effects of U.S. tariffs on Europe. These tariffs, initially aimed at protecting American industries, have far-reaching implications that extend beyond immediate economic impacts. Economically, the imposition of tariffs can lead to increased costs for European businesses, impacting everything from manufacturing to consumer goods. This increase in operational costs can force companies to either absorb the costs, reducing their profit margins, or pass them on to consumers, leading to higher prices. This could result in slower economic growth and reduced competitiveness on the global stage. European companies might find it harder to compete with firms from countries not subject to these tariffs, potentially leading to a decline in market share and investment. Politically, the strain in transatlantic relations might lead to a rethinking of alliances. European leaders may reconsider their strategic partnerships and seek to strengthen ties with other global powers to counterbalance the influence of the United States. European countries may seek to diversify their trade partnerships, potentially strengthening ties with other global powers like China and India. This shift could lead to new trade agreements and economic collaborations that reshape the global trade landscape. This shift could alter the balance of power in international trade and diplomacy. As Europe pivots towards new partners, the traditional dominance of transatlantic trade relations may diminish, leading to a more multipolar world economy. Socially, the impact of tariffs can be felt by everyday citizens. Higher prices on imported goods can lead to a decrease in purchasing power, affecting the standard of living and potentially leading to increased economic inequality. Higher prices on imported goods can lead to a decrease in purchasing power, affecting the standard of living. Families may need to adjust their budgets, cutting back on non-essential items and prioritizing basic needs. Additionally, job losses in industries directly affected by tariffs can have a ripple effect on local communities and economies. The closure of factories and reduction in workforce can lead to higher unemployment rates and economic downturns in affected regions. Experts have varied opinions on the long-term consequences. Some argue that the initial economic shock will force European industries to innovate and become more self-reliant, while others believe the negative impacts will be more enduring. Some believe that the initial shock of tariffs will lead to innovation and adaptation, ultimately strengthening Europe's economic resilience. This could spur advancements in technology and manufacturing processes, making European industries more competitive in the long run. Others warn that prolonged trade tensions could lead to a more fragmented global economy, with lasting negative effects on growth and stability. The uncertainty and volatility in trade relations could deter investment and disrupt global supply chains. In conclusion, while the future remains uncertain, it's clear that the long-term effects of U.S. tariffs on Europe will be profound and far-reaching. The economic, political, and social landscapes of Europe will be reshaped in response to these challenges. Understanding these impacts is essential for navigating the complex landscape of global trade. Policymakers and business leaders must stay informed and adaptable to mitigate the adverse effects and capitalize on new opportunities. Predictions for the future include potential changes in global trade policies, with Europe possibly advocating for more protective measures or seeking new trade agreements to mitigate the impact of U.S. tariffs. The evolving dynamics will require strategic foresight and international cooperation to ensure sustainable economic growth.